guys enjoyed my video from last week. This week I'm going to speak something along the same lines and just have a discussion on adjusting to a family of 4. So for some reason I figured since I've had a kid before and I know what I'm doing, this is going to be easy. I'm going to go on field trips with them, take them out. Alexandra's never going to cry. Elijah is going to be happy all the time. And we're just going to have the time of our lives. But in reality, it actually is very hard. You have to learn to split your attention between both of them. And you'll feel like you're not giving each of them your full attention. It can be overwhelming at times. And it's just not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be hard. And I mean hard on both you, and also it's going to be hard for your toddler. So for me, it could be very tiring, very overwhelming. At different times, I felt like I had so many balls in the air and I just would keep dropping them. Like I would forget about this, or I would not be able to get that done. And sometimes, it's good to take time just to relax sometimes, like shower. Like you need some time to get away sometimes. You need some time. Just the hot water, just a few minutes away can make the world of difference. And also, it can be really hard on your toddler. They may seem okay at the beginning, and they could show jealousy, or they could just love their sibling, but they could also show it in different ways. For example, Elijah, he had a hard time. He didn't know how to express it, but he acted up in different ways. Just little things he would do, just try to push our buttons, which I think just meant he missed our attention. So just in both sense, it's going to be hard. And it's important just to remember to laugh, spend time with your kids, be encouraging to them. They still need you. Even though they're the big kid, they're still little. They need your love. They need your affirmation. They need your encouragement. And just play with them, laugh with them, spend time with them, spend quality time with them. There may be a lot of things that you have to do, but don't try to do one task after one task after one task. Just if things are going where you guys are doing different activity and enjoying a few minutes, go with it. Go with the flow. Your laundry can wait a few minutes. The bath can wait a few minutes. Enjoy your time. Let your kids know that you still love them and you still enjoy spending time with them. And as you're doing these things, try not to micromanage your kids or your husband, which can be easy sometimes when you have a whole list of tasks in your head and you know that all the things need to get done. It's easy to say, okay, you do this and you do this, but try not to micromanage them. Instead, try to find time to play and cuddle with your kids. Like, spend time. Just enjoy the time as they're little. Learn to not be overwhelmed by the task, but to enjoy the moment. And I feel like grace is especially important in this time because there has to be a lot of grace. You have a toddler and a baby. Your toddler's trying to figure things out with the baby, and they're still small. They have really strong impulses because they haven't learned to control any of them. You give them grace. Like, if they spill something, if they make a mistake, if they get angry, if they kick, give them grace. It can be hard. I know you have to also discipline them. You can't just always let them do whatever they want, but just understand that where they're coming from, their feelings, and on yourself too. If you forget something, if you don't do something, if you lose your temper with your kids, just give yourself grace and just move on. Learn from what the mistake is and move on. It's a really hard time. I used to say when I had one kid, I had no time. And now when I have 2 kids, I feel like I have negative time. I never get enough sleep. But it's about just giving grace in every part, even to your spouse, to your kids, to yourself. You have to really give grace. And if you need a moment, step away. If you are losing your mind, step away. Sometimes it may mean that your infant is screaming and crying and you got to put them down and you have to walk away. Sometimes it can mean that your toddler is screaming on the floor and kicking and throwing a fit and you have to walk away. Sometimes, it's best to give your family and your kids the very best of you. And sometimes the very best of you means taking a moment and letting that very best of you come in so that you don't lose your temper on your kids, so that you can be the best for them. And finally, it takes a lot of prayer. It takes praying for your kids, praying for your spouse, praying for yourself, praying for your connections, praying for how you are as a mother or as a father, how your kids are, how they interact, how they grow, how they learn, how you guys, how what they see in you. Just praying for you to be the best example for them, and praying for them to bring out the best traits. Just it takes, it's not something that's easy or we can do on our own, but definitely with prayer, with grace, with love, with all of this, like, it's something that we can do. So those are just a few of the things I've learned while adjusting to a family of 2 kids, a family of 4, and it's been quite a learning experience, but I've definitely been learning a lot, and it does get easier. It's even 4 months in, like, it's a lot easier now than before, whenever Alessandra's first born. So I've heard it gets easier from here too. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.